Who's responsible for these crazy food prices anyway? Because I'd like to talk to him. Stay tuned for some thoughts today on how you can save on your grocery bills. Welcome, YouTube friends and family, to today's edition of the Wellness Homesteader. I know I still sound sick, y'all. Um, I'm beginning to think this is going to be like a perpetual all winter illness, but thank you all for your thoughts and your prayers and your kind comments and suggestions. I do appreciate each and every one of them. I think the bottom line is I've had given myself 2 tests for the V, and that's not what I have. And I know I did not have influenza. So I think it is just what happens to be going around. And this year, as I spoke in an earlier video, is predicted to be a banner year for influenza, cold viruses, and other infections. So I'll leave a link at the end of this video if you would care to watch that video as well. All right, so I was thinking this morning, who's responsible or what is responsible for all of these crazy, crazy food price increases? So, according to reputable news sources, the inflation rate for groceries is said to be 11%. At least they've raised it from the 8 point whatever. But I'm here to tell you, in my experience, it's probably closer to 30%, which may have something to do with the types of food that I purchase. However, can we expect any relief? And if not, how can we balance our budgets, so to speak, so that we're not feeling the pinch at the checkout quite as much? So, back to the what, or the why, I should say. I am a why person. If I understand why, I can usually come up with a solution for it. So, one of the reasons is, of course, the conflict in Russia, Ukraine. And while we heard a lot about it at first, other things have bubbled to the surface and we're not hearing as much perhaps about it. But the fact of the matter is, those two countries provide about 29% of the wheat to Europe, and with transportation lines being cut off, the US is helping to support that need. So anytime there's a supply and demand issue, like everybody wants the wheat, the price is going to go up. And the reason it goes up has to do with the fact that if it costs more, people will value it more and they will hopefully use less so that there's enough to go around. I think increased fuel costs in general is also a big factor, because if it costs more to get our food to us, they're going to have to pass on those increased costs somewhere. The second thing is the drought. I am so happy to say that we're finally getting rain here in Ohio today. We have not had any really measurable rain for over a month. Um, it's just unbelievable how dry it is. Now, thankfully, I had a rain barrel, but that only served me when we were getting rain. So I did have to resort to using the public utility water to keep my food alive, but I felt like it was protecting my investment. But about half of the US has been affected by high heat and some degree of drought. Certainly, some areas are much worse than others. So, farmers have been forced to leave fields unplanted for 1 or 2 planting cycles, for several different reasons. One is it's too dry to get things to grow and too expensive to irrigate. And also because of the whole fertilizer issue, some farmers chose to leave their fields idle, again, for 1 or 2 planting cycles. I can tell you, living in a farm community, I was shocked at the number of empty fields this year. It just astounded. And I think it is a real reflection of our economy and what is going on right now. Also, with livestock, it's costing a lot more to feed them. And with it being so dry, they can't just use grazing. So that means grain, which is an increased cost. So it's been kind of a vicious cycle. The third reason that our food prices, according to reputable news sources, are rising has to do with the pandemic. Now, while I sound like a poster child for the pandemic, I'm not. Um, why is it still affecting us? Well, there's a few reasons. The shutdown of ports and factories led to a sluggish economy due to just, public health concerns. Factories were shut down, people weren't able to work, people didn't work. And it's with demand being even stronger now. So we've lived through that time of food drought where people are, and it's a good thing, they're prepping more, but also with the conflict across the pond, it's creating like a huge demand, and we are still having problems with ports, with the increased cost of fuel for transportation. So as you can see, this is all like tightly held together. And I don't see, and this is just my personal opinion, I don't see a relief coming soon. So I will tell you, as a person on Social Security, I received an email last week from the Social Security Administration, which always makes me nervous. And this is going to be the largest increase, and I forget how many years, y'all, so I'm not going to try to quote it. It's going to be an 8.9% increase across the board for Social Security. And that does not even meet the increased costs that we're paying for food alone. And we all know fuel is way, way higher than a 8.9% increase. Let's try like 200%. So what can we do? So this morning I was thinking, because yesterday I went to Aldi. Pardon me, y'all. Thank the Lord for Equate sugar-free menthol cough drops, menthol cough suppressant. That's really been helpful. And y'all, if you have any suggestions, I mean, I've tried all the common remedies, but if you have any other suggestions, I don't take offense to that. I would love to hear it. I've used a lot of the herbal type remedies, and with this being a virus, there's no medication that's going to heal me. So hopefully I won't get the hiccups to top this all off. Excuse me. All right. So I went to Aldi, and I will totally tell you that between Aldi and Walmart, I like Walmart. We're going to talk more about Walmart because you can buy everything there. And Aldi has some like paper goods and household goods, but my Aldi is fairly small. So if I need Crest toothpaste, for example, I'm not going to find it at Aldi. So I have found, though, for me, and you'll have to do your own research, across the board, Aldi is cheaper for the things that I replace on the regular that I cannot source off of my homestead. So here's just some suggestions for you. Sign up for grocery reward cards. Now, we'll talk about it in just a moment about Walmart's solution to that, but the only one in my area is Kroger, and I don't shop at Kroger because the prices are significantly higher there than at Aldi. It's a beautiful large Kroger, but I'm not spending that kind of money. If you don't have access to those type of reward cards, let me tell you all, and I've shared this before, but I'm going to drop the links below. Fetch is an app that you can download on your phone. You snap all of your receipts. It doesn't matter if you buy a chicken sandwich or full-on grocery shopping, or you're purchasing from Amazon or other online sources. You get at least 25 points credit for every receipt you snap. Now, things that are on promotion, and when you download the app, you can scroll through all of the items, and it's name brand stuff as a general rule. But if there are things like Crest toothpaste that you buy, you get additional points. I've been using Fetch for over a year. Um, I don't know, maybe even longer than that. Y'all, I cannot believe how simple it is and how much money I've gotten back. And there's a whole bunch of different types of gift cards you can get. I always pick Amazon. I need to cash mine in. So 50,000 points is $50. Now you may think at 25 points a snap, that's going to take forever. It really doesn't. There is a limit to how many you can snap in a month, but it's huge. My son, I raised him right. He collects receipts from other people that aren't snapping them and snaps them. And that has given him so much cash because even though he's not a name brand person, a lot of his friends are. And they'll have specials like buy anything at a gas station and you get 50 points instead of 25. So you can play the game or you can simply snap your receipts, and it does add up over time. The other one is Coopert, C-O-U, I think it's P-E-R-T. And I love this app because once you download it on your phone, anytime you shop online, a little letter C pops up. You tap on that, and it will check all of the coupon codes that are available. Sometimes there's one, sometimes you're already getting the best price, but they also have cash back on certain sites, not every site that you would shop. So, for example, when I had to buy my new range, Lowe's happened to be on Cooper as a cashback option, so I got a chunk of change back. All of those little things, and my son plays the game with several different apps. Those are the two I have experience with, and again, I'll leave a link. Now, I know Fetch, the first receipt that you snap, and some of you've used it, depending on the promotion they're doing, it's anywhere between 1,000 and 4,000 points. You get and I get. I don't get money, but I do get points. Cooper, I'm not really sure if I get anything, but I'll leave the details in the description box below. That's just a way that you can recoup some of the money that you're spending, whether it's for groceries or gasoline. Look at the weekly ads. So I did not realize this. I was looking up the hours of Aldi and I found out that they have a weekly ad that you can sign up for. So what you want to be doing is shopping the loss leaders. So what a grocery store will do is they will put one or two things on sale, green grapes and pot roast, and they'll sell it at or slightly below cost because they figure when you're in the store, you're going to just go ahead and do your shopping. Now, with the price of gas, you don't want to be running to the grocery all the time. I understand that, but sometimes I will go ahead and shop for what is on my list, even though I could wait, another few days or a week to go shopping, simply because they have a really great deal. And that brings me to my next point. Stock up when it's on sale. Prices are not going to get cheaper, y'all. I mean, I don't see it happening. I think this is the new normal, so I think we need to be very mindful of when we can get something on sale. I want to talk a little bit about free delivery apps. So, I mean, everyone knows about Amazon Prime. And Amazon also, if you have a warehouse near you, you can do some grocery shopping there. I've not found Amazon to be an economical choice for food purchases for the most part. What they are good for is buying things you can't buy at your local grocery store. So that's a plus. But I got an email from Walmart. And it was like, sign up for Walmart Plus. And so I looked at the details. It's free to join. And it's, wait, let me rephrase that. There's a free 30-day trial. Then it's $98 plus tax, like 104 in my area. And there's no limit on your order size. You can get, if you want 2 deliveries a week, you can get 2 deliveries a week. It's free shipping, and you don't have to meet the $35 order minimum. And I'm like, you know what? This is a good thing. And I often fill up at the gas station there at Walmart because it's got the cheapest price. You save 3 cents a gallon off gas, and that adds up too, right? So saving money everywhere we can. So I signed up for the 30-day trial. I tried to order my groceries for delivery, and they're like, oh, no, no, no. Delivery's not available. And I'm like, well, maybe I can't get the free delivery during the 30-day trial. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff you get, y'all, that I'm not interested in, like Spotify and blah, 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 blah. I don't need all that. I want to save money on the things that I use, not take on a new service. So I thought, I'm going to use this. I'm just going to go ahead and sign up. So I sign up. I pay my $104 approximately. Go in, try to place the order. Because, right, I don't want to spread my germs. Oh no, delivery not available to this address. So being a person who does not enjoy talking on the telephone, I thought, I'll just go in the app and cancel it. So when I went into the app to cancel it, it's like, doesn't matter if you cancel on day 1, there are no refunds. Wait, what? Okay, let me back up here. You sent me an email as part of signing up and paying you. I had to put in my delivery address, my home address. You solicited me to buy this item. You know where I live, but you're not going to deliver to me, which is the number one benefit of the Walmart Plus that's advertised. So they sent me a survey, which I let them know what the problem was. And I got a lovely email back from their customer service saying, call this number, ask to speak to the Walmart Plus division, and we'll get you straightened out. They were so nice, y'all. And I suggested to them, I'm like, okay, I do a lot of order online, pickup. You know where I live. You have GPS. I have to say that I'm leaving my house so that you can get my groceries lined up in the order of delivery. I had to put in my address to sign up for this benefit. Don't y'all have like some kind of a program that would tell you before you paid, we're really sorry, but you can't get this? And I mean, they were lovely. They said, that's a really good idea. Whether it'll go anywhere or not, I don't know. However, programs like that can be really beneficial, because what I did was I sat down and I did the math. This is how much gas I use to go to and from Walmart. This is the average number of times I would shop if gas prices weren't a factor. And I am going to, in effect, save money. Plus, when I do fill up with gas, all of that is a bonus. So, look at those kinds of options, because every little bit that you save, and that's how I would do it. If it's free delivery, how much would it cost you if you were spending gas to do that? And how frequently do you shop? Pardon me for just a moment, gonna blow my nose. All right, y'all. Here's something I don't think we think as much about as maybe we should, and that is bartering and helping each other out. So here's an example. I've shared that I sell my eggs, but I've also been bartering for some things with freeze drying. So my friend Liz, hello Liz, they were going to an Amish goods store up in northern Ohio. They have 6 children, so they have a lot higher grocery need than what I do. But this particular store sells a lot of bulk goods that you cannot get necessarily from Azure Standard. So I thought, wow, I just did 10 pounds of ground beef for them, and maybe instead of having them give me money, we can barter for something. So I was able to look on the, um, let's see, she had a price list somehow. Anyway, um, and I was able to choose some items for them to pick up. Doesn't cost me anything in gas. They were going anyway. And were bartering in exchange for me doing that work for them. And also, I would add to bartering, y'all help each other out. Maybe, much like me, you have enough jam and jelly because you love canning it to last you the rest of your natural lifetime. But maybe, like me, the deer ate your corn. So maybe you can barter and help each other out that way. Or if you know someone who's just really in need, helping them out when you can, it's always a good thing, y'all. And I'm going to tag on to that and say, don't be afraid if you qualify to sign up for food bank services, food pantries, or even public assistance. In these times, you may have to do extraordinary things that you didn't think that you would ever have to do. My next tip, which may seem a little odd to you, is buy some spatulas, y'all. Go to Walmart, go into the Mainstays brand aisle, and get yourself a few different sizes of spatulas so that you can use it up. I think that in this country, and I've certainly been guilty of it, you get to the end of the bottle of ketchup and it keeps going when you're trying to get ketchup out. But really using up the items you have can save you a lot of money in the course of a year. Consider buying in bulk. So even though I only normally cook for myself, I do share and feed other people because that's what I enjoy doing. As your standard, and I will leave a link to that as well. I forgot to put that down. I always try to make a list of the links that I promise you I'm going to put there. I have saved so much money on grains, organic whole grains for my grain mill, and on organic feed for the chickens simply by going through Azure. And do they have the cheapest price on every single thing? Well, no. I mean, they just don't. You can't always get the cheapest price on every single thing you buy. It's just probably not practical. But I'm telling you, they have some tremendously great prices. And they also have sale items too to know about. And they also have some, they're not called Azure Bucks, but something like that, where if you buy 5 pounds of oranges, you're going to Azure Cash, that's what it's called. It's worth $1.42 in Azure Cash. And when you check out, you can take that off of the item. So even though it's not like technically on sale, you get Azure Cash back. Now, y'all know I've never been good about meal planning, but I want to share something with you. So, I've shared this before, and I will leave a link. This is a magnetic menu board, and I have found that having it on the fridge, even if I don't do it in the exact order, it's been super helpful to me. So, for example, I had chili and special occasion casserole on Monday. I had leftovers yesterday. Wednesday, today, I am at my high water mark on eggs again. You guys get tired of hearing me say that. So I picked these tomatoes when they were completely green, put them in this pasteboard box, and covered them with newspaper. Look at this, y'all. I've got beautiful tomatoes. So I am going to make some egg salad and tomato cup. And I'm going to do that today and tomorrow. Then I will freeze whatever's left. On Friday's always been pizza night in this house. I'm going to make some homemade pizza using some vegetables that I need to use up. And then Saturday, I'm going to have a fancy meal. I'm going to do roast potatoes and carrots in the crock pot with side of home canned green beans. And then Sunday, I will do leftovers. So The reason this has been helpful for me on menu planning is instead of saying to myself, I don't know what I'm going to want to cook or eat, 5 days from now, I'm kind of doing a reverse inventory meal planning. So I go to the fridge and I say, here's 5 things that I need to get used up, like i.e. tomatoes, which weren't in the refrigerator, but you get my drift. And I meal plan from that. I did find these, I'll leave these two, these really great liquid chalk markers. The markers that come with it, not the best. But it has really helped me use up what's perishable. So if I have fruit as well, sometimes in like these sections, your grocery list section, this is just a reminder to place my Azure order. You can put down some breakfast or lunch options. I eat my dinner meal for lunch, so it's always good to make note of things that need to be used up before they spoil. And then the verse for this week is Matthew 10:30-31. And the very hairs of your head are numbered, so don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows. And, those are the paraphrase words of Jesus as he talked about not being afraid and knowing when a sparrow falls to the ground. All right. Another idea, sign up, if you don't mind getting a little bit of email, for a recipe of the day. So I did not know this, but Taste of Home. And you just put in your email address, and I get an email every day. But they do have a recipe of the day. And the thing that's good about it is it's very seasonally appropriate. So you're going to get recipes for things that are in season, i.e. cheaper at the grocery store. And I have downloaded this. I hope to make a video on it. Cheddar seafood chowder, because I have shrimp and scallops from Butcher Box that I've ordered, and I hadn't decided where to use them. And since I've been on a soup kick and I have cheese, I think this would be a really good recipe to give a try to. Another tip is make a list, have a plan, and stick to it. Have a meal plan, have a list of things you need to supplement that. And if you can't stick to it, i.e. Walmart can be so tempting. Most of the big stores have free pickup. So you just put in, now Aldi in my area does not cost you $4. I'm like, thanks a lot, I'll do it myself. So anyway, you just go in, you put in what you want to purchase. You pull up, they load your trunk, and then you're not faced with any temptation if impulse buying is a concern for you. Another really good idea is visit websites, visit the library, or in my case, I have such a collection, a very robust collection of vintage cookbooks, to take a look for some meal ideas, because depending on the era of cookbook that you're looking at, many of them are very budget-friendly ideas. Now, you can get some high-end stuff too, but you can find some very hearty, homemade type recipes that will feed your family without breaking the bank. Along with that, I will say, learn to cook from scratch. And then my final tip here is budget. So I've never had to, I shouldn't, wait, let me back that up. It's when I worked, I did not have to worry as much about how much money I was going to spend on food. I didn't have to monitor it as closely as I do now that I am on a fixed income. So if food prices have increased and you're not willing to give up certain things like iced tea or coffee, or you really like beef and the prices are way up, take a look at your budget and see, can I trim another place still afford to have some of those luxury type items that are a little more in price right now. So one of the things I've been trying to do is, for like my Saturday, Sunday meal, is do something really nice. Um, a nice cut of meat from Butcher Box from my freezer, something I've really been craving. Not only do I have the meal, I have leftovers, and then eat a little more economically and with using up things. You know, I could have just have easily left the tomatoes on the vine to get frozen, but that's going to feed me a few meals, and plus a little bit left over that I can put in soups and stews, etc. So I apologize again for the way I sound. I will get better, y'all. I really will. I will share with you that the facility that my mom lives at has had their first case of COVID again. I'm beginning to think it's never going to go away. So right now, visitors aren't prohibited. However, they do have a sign up that says restrict your visiting, you know, keep it to a minimum kind of thing. And I still wear a mask and I'm super careful. I did go see my mom yesterday because I couldn't possibly be contagious at this point. And like I said, I've had 2 negative V tests, so I know I don't have that, and I certainly don't have influenza. So it's just a virus, and I was careful and kept my visit to a reasonable amount of time. So anyway, I will get back to normal. I had a plan for today for a little bit different video, but I'm just going to tell y'all, I still don't feel like doing it, but it's going to be a fun video. I will get it done for Saturday. You won't want to miss it. We're coming up on Spooky Day, and in honor, let me show you all a little something I made because I think it's super cute. So it's my trick-or-treat shirt. This is just an Amazon basic t-shirt and an iron-on, and I thought it turned out really cute, and it looks fabulous with my skull leggings, and of course my pumpkin earrings. But I have an even better one for my Halloween type video, so please stay tuned for Saturday. Don't forget to drop me a comment on any natural remedies. I confess, I've been trying I don't know if y'all have ever heard of this one, but the peanut butter and garlic remedy. I think it tastes great because to me, peanut butter is more savory than sweet. But yeah, I had peanut butter and garlic on a bagel, and it was pretty fabulous this morning. And I can taste it even better yet. So I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're staying away from the germs. If you take vitamins, take your vitamins, wash your hands, wear a mask if you're in a large crowd and you are fearful of airborne germs. That would be my recommendation to you. So don't forget to smash that like button. And hey guys, we are growing, so welcome to all the new subscribers. I'm over 3,500. I'm super excited about it. And I appreciate you guys sharing on social media. That little share arrow, hit it. It will give you the options that you're a part of, like Instagram or Facebook, whatsoever. And you can share a video that you really enjoyed or you feel would be beneficial to others. I'd greatly appreciate it. So until I see you on Saturday, hopefully sounding much, much better, be healthy, be well, be blessed. Take care.